Hi guys, welcome back. And we're past the halfway point of the season now. And so we're into week 10 of this NFL 23 season. And here's what I got for my picks for week 10. But first, last week did wound up doing a bit better, getting a bit more back on track. Went 10-4. A couple of surprisers. One I should have went the other way. Don't remember which, but it was one of them. Anyhow, I'm 89-47 on the season. Not too bad. But yeah, okay. Into week 10 tonight, Thursday night, Carolina at Chicago. It's a tough one to pick because more than likely no Justin Fields. I don't remember their backup's name, but he's shown some signs that he can get a job done. And then, well, Bryce Young with Carolina is rookie season, struggling, nothing new there. He's gonna be fine, I'm pretty sure. And I don't think they're gonna have any real issues. It's just a matter of patience with a new quarterback. And so, but I'm gonna go with the home team. Chicago has 2 wins. Carolina has 1. So just I'm gonna go with the home team. Take Chicago tonight. And on to Sunday. I believe it's the last of the international games, starting at 6:30 in the morning Pacific time, anyway. And so, oh boy, early morning. Indianapolis and New England's fans and people who just don't mind getting up so early for a ball game. Last week for the Chiefs, yeah, I did it. This week, I'll catch the ending of it. So Indianapolis at New England for the Germany game, and I'm going to take the Colts. Then onto the 10 o'clock slot, the morning games, starting out with the Cleveland Browns at the Baltimore Ravens. Division rivalry, one top defense and one arguably top offense. And I'm going to go with Cleveland here. It might sound like a little bit of an upset. Maybe it is. But nobody knows you better than your division rivals. And so I'm going with the Browns. And then Green Bay at Pittsburgh. And Green Bay's woes seem to follow them. They have them. They, as we've said before, Jordan Love, not the guy. We'll see what they do during the off season and the draft with that. So, but for now, taking Pittsburgh over Green Bay in Pittsburgh. And then one of the biggest games of the week, the 49ers at the Jaguars. 49ers coming up, both teams coming off bye weeks. 49ers coming off their 3rd straight loss. Jaguars are on a roll. And we knew they were just going to get better and better. And I'm going to go with the Jaguars handing the 49ers their 4th straight loss. The 49ers, don't panic. Don't hit the panic button. You're going to be all right. Yeah, you'll rally next week. I don't remember who they play, but they'll pick up a win next week. Could they win this week? Yeah, of course. But I'm going to take the Jaguars at home. They're the hot hand. They're a very good football team. And they are going to be tough to beat, and they are going to be in the playoffs. Both of these teams will be in the playoffs. And so, Jags over 49ers. Then the New Orleans Saints and the Minnesota Vikings. Joshua Dobbs off of one of the biggest Cinderella stories for a game you've ever seen. The guy comes into town on Tuesday, is a backup, doesn't know the playbook, doesn't know the name of his teammates, and gets thrown in the mix, and they wing it. And he does really awesome stuff, and they win. You couldn't script a movie any better. So, New Orleans at the top of their division for the moment. Minnesota look like they could be in a mid-season surge, riding a little lady luck and a high from just getting the pot stirred, and they were looking pretty decent before Cousins went down. And it looks like the Vikings made a good choice with bringing Dobbs in. I'm going to go with Minnesota over over the Saints. And then from there, Houston at Cincinnati. The Bengals are back. The Big Cat is roaring. And if you haven't heard him, you will. And this week, it's time for Houston to hear the Big Cat roar. Bengals over the Texans. From there, the Titans at the Tampa Bay Bucks. Bucks have been on a skid. Their defense let them down last week. Baker Mayfield and the offense, they had everything set up, but the defense just couldn't close it. So they have to, and they want to rebound. I still believe that Tampa's going to win this division. So I'm going to take Tampa at home over Tennessee. And then to begin the 1 o'clock afternoon slot games, the Detroit Lions at the LA Chargers. Not going to be an easy game, but the Lions are another big cat that is roaring, and they are legit. There's no questions, and this is a game that a playoff team needs to and will win against a team that's just not well coached. The Chargers have all the personnel for it, but they are not well coached, and the Lions are I believe they're going to win their division. So I'm going to take the Lions over the Chargers at LA. And then from there, the Atlanta Falcons at the Arizona Cardinals. Kyler Murray's back, whether he wants to be or not, however that works out, but he's back. And we don't know what kind of game rust he's going to have. You have to assume there's going to be some there. He hasn't played all season. But they're going to plug and play and hope for the best. Atlanta at the top of that division at the moment. And I'm going to take the Falcons at Arizona. Atlanta over Arizona. And then here's the rebound game. The New York Giants at the Dallas Cowboys. The Cowboys have a stretch here of 3 or 4 games that they should pick up 3 out of 4 wins. So those numbers will help them to feel better after the loss to the Eagles this last week, and they'll probably have a time, as some will say, beating up on the Giants. The Giants aren't very good. Daniel Jones is done for the season, which probably wouldn't have helped him a lot anyway. But Cowboys will beat the Giants, I believe. Cowboys over the Giants, and they'll get their rebound win, and I'm sure they'll do it convincingly. And then from there, the Washington used to be Redskins at the Seattle Seahawks. Seattle, a tough place to play. One of the loudest venues in the entire league. Washington trading Montez Sweat and Chase Young to the Bears and 49ers respectively. So their defense definitely will not be what it was. Don't know who's taking their places in their spots, but Seattle looking to rebound. I'll take the Seahawks over Washington. And then they have the Sunday night game. Tough game to choose from. The Jets at the Raiders. The Jets hoping to rebound off the loss to the Chargers. The Raiders still on that emotional high from getting finally parting ways with Josh McDaniels, the GM, and the old OC. And so we'll see what this interim head coach can do. You can only ride the emotional high for so long, and eventually you got to put a game plan together and execute it and work on coming out with a win. the Jets offense, you know, Zach Wilson, again, showing everyone that he is just not the guy. Doesn't matter if Aaron Rodgers is on the sideline or not. Zach Wilson is Zach Wilson, and he's not the guy to lead this team into a playoff. They won't qualify for the playoffs with him under center. So I'm gonna go with the Raiders, taking the Raiders over the Jets, and with my thought there being that we'll give this interim head coach a chance and see what kind of a game plan he puts together. With oh yes, that's right. The interim head coach benched Jimmy G. Probably another good decision he made. And so with all of those elements away and or sidelined, let's see what he does. Let's see what the team puts together, and it should be fun to. It'll be fun to watch. Raiders over Jets on Sunday night. Monday night, the last game of the week, Denver Broncos at the Buffalo Bills, and Buffalo looking to rebound off of their loss against Cincinnati. The Buffalo Bills. Brian Daboll's been gone for a couple of seasons now. Josh Allen just not looking like the Josh Allen. The offense not looking like the offense. They still need a running game. They're reliant on Josh Allen to be Superman, wear that red cape all the time, and the only real weapon that they really choose to use predominantly is, Stephon Diggs. But that's not an 11-man team. That's 2. So the math there is pretty obvious. But I still think that they'll muster enough to beat the Broncos at home. So Buffalo over Denver in Buffalo. Their head coach McDermott, he did a really good job of cleaning things up, but he hasn't been able to get them over the hump to the next level. This AFC team that was favored to go to the Super Bowl the last few years have come up short when it counts most, and that starts with the head coach. And so that'll be something for people to think about during the latter half of the season, depending on how that goes. And I don't see the Bills making a deep run into the playoffs, much less reaching the Super Bowl. That'll have to be something that they address in the off season. And if they decide to be honest with themselves, they'll give themselves an honest look and really address it. And so that's that for week 10, past the halfway point of the season. Leave your picks in the comment section. I'd like to see what they are, see if we can compare and so forth. And we'll see you for week 11. Good luck on your picks for this week, and thanks for hanging with me. Bye-bye.